my homie Twizzle on the other line helping me troubleshoot. Love you, Twiz. So let's try
We
this
good now or what?
again. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here, sis.
All right, we got it. Thank you so much, Twizzle. My executive producer, Emily and Twizzle, was helping me figure that out. Thanks, Twiz.
All right. Well,
Um,
maybe.
so you are you do so many things with your poetry, right?
Hmm.
You you're an advocate against domestic violence and violence of all kinds. Your
Absolutely.
poetry has a strong social justice message. You speak a lot about women's issues. Um, Along with being an advocate against violence, would you also consider yourself um, an activist?
Some would. Yeah, some would. Some people would consider me an activist. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself an activist?
Nah,
Really?
nah. I mean, I always say that I'm for the people because, without the people there is no me. But
Mhm.
I wouldn't add activist to my title. I wouldn't do that.
Okay. All right. I got you. I got you. Um, when you think about where you've been, because um, your story is so hard. You've been through a lot of shit. Anyone who started from the beginning of this live knows that you lost both of your parents. You watched your mom pass. Like that kind of shit can really fuck somebody's life up.
Yeah.
And you continue to push forward. So, what is it about your talent that kept you pushing forward? Not just perseverance, but what is it about your talent that you held on to through all of that and continue to push work out?
Man, I want to say my mom's, man.
Mhm.
My mother's spirit. I just posted this. Like, I don't ever want anybody to have to pose the question, who raised you? You
That
know what
shit
I'm
hurt. Go ahead.
saying? Yeah, that shit hurt. Even as a mother too, because now that I'm a mom, I don't want nobody saying that about my own children, because that's a reflection of me as a mother. So even now, even though my mother isn't here, it's even more important that I provide the proper representation for my OG. And with me losing her the way that we did, my siblings and I also want to make sure that her death wasn't in vain. So I gotta keep going because my story is her story. It's my father's story. It's all of our testimonies and all of our stories. So like my sisters and my brothers, they not like me. They not gonna get out in front of the world and go tell people how they feel. They transparent. They'll talk, but they're not like me in that sense. But one of us got to do it. Somebody got to do it. And God chose me to get out here to represent those who don't have the same power and capacity to speak up, to tell their stories. So I'm telling all of our stories because what happened to me happened to my sister Carissa. It happened to my brother Zeke. It happened to my brother Cadell. You know what I'm saying? Like we all lost our siblings, our mom, our dad. You know what I'm saying?
You have a strong connection with God. Has God always been a fixture in your life?
Absolutely. And I think it is for all Black people.
Mhm.
Simply because, well, I won't say all, but majority of Black people where we come from,
Mhm.
we raised up in the church. You know what I'm saying? We may lose our way a little bit, along the way, but deep down, we rooted in knowing and having spirituality. It's a part of us, and once you tap into our true selves, when you have the knowledge of self and you know who you are and you know that God is a part of you, then you feed that, you water that so that it can grow into a stronger relationship. And that wasn't something that I just did, especially after losing my mom. It's been coming up on 11 years. So we're talking about almost 12 years that I've been working on healing. You know what I'm saying? That I've been hurt, that I've hurt people. I've been through things. I've losing my parents at the same time, learning how to be an adult without knowing how to be an adult. Just man. because I was young. I was like my second year of college. My sister was only like 20. I was 22, 23. You know, my brothers were young. You know, so like just all of that. It was a traumatic experience, but it's what fuels me too and what keeps me going. Because like I said, that didn't happen to me for no reason. And I know that it didn't. So yeah, that's what keeps me doing this.
Damn right. So I've seen you perform, and you have this kind of swagger, right? How many? So when we see people perform, and it's just seamless. It looks natural. How
Yeah.
many hours do you put into rehearsing to look that natural on stage?
None.
Stop playing with me.
None. I ain't gonna
Are you
lie.
serious?
Like I'm so for real. I be so busy. I don't have time to rehearse. Somebody was just talking to me like other day about rehearsing because I got this really big slam coming up in April, and I was like, "Geez, you make this sound so complicated." Like I'm not used to all the extra like it was just so much stuff that she was like critical things that she was telling me, and I'm just like, "Yo, I'm just used to performing." Like I rehearse, only time that I rehearse and practice is if it's something brand new that I wrote. I ain't lying. Like I'm so for real. Like if it's brand new and I gotta memorize it, now I'm rehearsing it going over and over and over and over and over. But like, or if I gotta get on stage, what I'm saying, I'll practice or rehearse like right before. But like I don't do it throughout my day. I don't have time.
Okay, we gotta rewind. Let's go back. As the person who performs, I rehearse relentlessly all the time.
Relentlessly. I mean,
So,
well, this is the thing though.
mhm.
This is the thing though. Like when you get on stage, you don't want to be in your head.
Mhm.
You over rehearsing. You doing too much. When you get on stage, you're supposed to be your natural self. You're supposed to be able to express raw and natural emotion for the
Mhm.
audience to connect with you. You see what I'm saying? So what you see me do is just me being me. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like I've messed up, you know what I mean, a time or two. A time or two I have. But you learn over time with artist development, where to pick it up at, where to just keep going. And that's what I've learned to do over the course of performing for almost a decade. I've learned to just keep going. And in that way, I know I messed up, but the crowd don't, the audience don't, because that's happened to me before. People like, oh man, you killed that. And in my head, I'm like, man, I missed like 3 lines, man. Like, Joe, like, I can't now believe I messed this piece up. But they like, yo, you killed that. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, thanks.
Appreciate it.
You know,
Are you your harshest critic?
I am. I am. I would like to say that I am. Like I said, people say a lot of things about Goddess Warrior the Poet. Some people already saying I went from rags to riches. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like I'm still paying my bills like everybody else. But it's just because where I come from and where I come from, people don't become an international anything. I've become an international spoken word artist because I have performed out of this country, and I have other scheduled performances coming up that are not in the country. And I'm grateful to God for these things. But where I come from, man, people don't, you know what I'm saying? Man, people don't make it out the hood. Some people don't even go downtown. Some people don't get to go to another city or another state from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be able to go places like the Bahamas and perform, for me to go to Atlanta to perform, and I'm in St. Louis and I'm performing, I'm in Dallas and I'm performing, like my own brother, like no real talk, one of my blood brothers, like he ain't been nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm for real, like straight up. But he loves me. He loves what I do. And my success is my brother's success. Whether he decides to leave Chicago or not, you know what I'm saying? But he rooting for me. He pushing for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I do is to represent everybody, all my people.
Ooh, we okay. Whew. So I want to ask you. You have your international performing artist. Gotta check that out. Okay, right here
Yeah.
on Coffee Tea. You perform all over the place, right? Where
Mhm.
what is there a performance that you think of that just puts like goosebumps on your arm? Like, damn, I did that shit. Like, is there a
Yeah,
performance you're
man.
so proud of?
Yeah. I had to say, when I won the next showcase,
Mm-hmm.
I had won the Chicago Next Showcase. I was the only spoken word performer out of over 20 artists that performed on a very big stage. Every other artist performed with either audio music or a live band. I got on stage with no music, with no band. All I did was spit, sis. I just let God do what God do, and I won. And that's still like by far right now, it's my most memorable performance. I'll never forget when I walked out on stage, like the way the lights was blinding me, but everybody else could see me, and everybody was yelling so loud. They was yelling so loud that I had to wait. I had to be quiet. I had to be quiet for everybody else to be quiet for me to start spitting. But what happened was they didn't. But as soon as I opened my mouth and I started performing, oh, we was in a club. You know, it's hard to perform and get the club to be quiet. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? While everybody else is performing with their music going, everybody still kicking it. They paying attention and they partying. They at the bar doing their thing. We was up in this place, man. The room stopped. The bartender stopped. The drink stopped. The talking stopped. The partying stopped. The sidebar conversation stopped. Literally, all eyes was on me. And that's when I knew, that was at that moment I knew that God had me prepared to do something greater than I had ever imagined. I just needed to stay patient.
Damn right. Is there a thing that a mantra, or is there a thing that you say to yourself before you step on stage to center yourself, or do you just go?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Can you tell us what it is?
I didn't want to, but I will.
Oh, you don't have
No,
to if you don't
but
want
no, I will. It's cool. It's actually from the Color Purple movie.
to. Ooh, okay.
So there's a scene out of the Color Purple, when Suge Avery was going into the church and stuff,
Hmm.
and that song she was singing, that "Speak, Lord, speak to me."
Yes.
So before I perform, even right before I did this virtual, I was upstairs in my room and I turned my music off, and I just said, "Speak, Lord, speak to me." I asked God to speak to me first before I speak to you.
Lord, that is a powerful scene. Yeah.
Real
Um,
talk. It's a very powerful scene, but I'll never forget seeing that scene in that movie as a little girl and the way it made me move, the way that made me felt. But it also showed me the power of church and God, and how no matter how far away we may go, because Suge Daddy was mad at her because of how her lifestyle was. But Suge grew up in the church. So regardless of the type of lifestyle she was living, partying at the juke joints and all that, she was still centered because of her root. You feel me? So she went back to that church and hugged her father like that, man, and was it wasn't just her reconnecting with her physical father, but it was her reconnecting with the spiritual father too. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, like, yeah. So that's my ritual before I get on stage, before I get in front of a camera or any of that. I sing. I'm not the best singer, but I do that. I say, "Speak, Lord, speak to me." That's what I do though. I ask God to speak to me. Cause man, if he don't put it in me, then I can't give it to you.
Lord have mercy. So your book, Poems and Petty Shit, a collection of studded stanzas. Love the
Yeah.
title.
Thank you.
Welcome. Um, did it drop last year, 2020?
Yes, it did. Yes, it
And
did. It dropped
how long? Sorry.
October 2020.
October 2020.
Hmm.
Okay. How long did it take you to put that book together, and how many poems are in it?
There is over 30 poems in the book. It took me about a full decade to put that book together. Matter of fact, longer than that, because some of the poems in that book, I wrote when I was adolescent. I wrote those poems when I was 12, 13, 15 years old. Honestly, some of them are ones that are in the beginning, and then the other part, you could tell it happened as I got older. But some of those poems, it happened when I was a little girl. But that's how long I've been writing and talking about the things that I've been going through. But yeah, and I actually formulated the book and formatted it during quarantine.
We had so much time.
We had so much time, and I had been talking about putting the book together for so long, and when God gave me the time and he said me, and I had the time, I sat down, I utilized that time to do quite a few things, but I did. I put the book together during quarantine.
So you're one of those people who were active and bettering their life during quarantine instead of watching Netflix.
Oh, absolutely. I watched a little bit of Netflix, but you know what I'm saying? I realized that nothing stays the same. Everything is temporary. And eventually the world opened back up. I was trying to be prepared for when people started back getting together again. Like, we got to give the people something, you know what I'm saying? So I was looking forward for the change, because things constantly evolve. This is just a natural way of life. I don't care who think they trying to control the dial, no matter what virus they throw out, epidemic, pandemic, whatever, like, things still evolve. And God is in control of that type of change and evolution. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we rock it.
Got to. So what, I don't want to say what's next, because there's nowhere to tell. But when you think about the kind of career and future that you want, what does that look like to you?
Man, you making me share my visions and my rituals.
Oh, you don't feel like it.
So, okay.
I'm nosy.
No, it's cool. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things that I envision and I manifest, that I've said to myself, I do like this. I'd be like, because I have seen this and I know it's coming. And it's all in God's timing. But I'm going to be on TV, radio stations, and movies and stuff like that. But I had a vision, right, of being introduced on Steve Harvey, Wendy Williams, and shit like that. And in my mind, right? And so I started saying it, like, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the stage Goddess Warrior the Poet. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on the Steve Harvey Show, we welcome Goddess Warrior the Poet. So I say that. That's the vision that I've been having. I don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I keep seeing kept hearing different introductions and how I'm going to be introduced. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was kind of something like that, So my plateau and the vision that I have for my future is that, it's not just about like the stardom or the fame. It's about me being that representation that you can go from trauma. You know what I'm saying? You can go from trauma and go from the hood, so to speak, sexual identity struggles. You can go from all of that, man, and still make it to where you want to be. Still pursue your dreams.
Hell yeah. If 10-year-old, I guess Diana at the time, I'm not sure if you got Goddess Warrior the Poet when you were 10, what would your 10-year-old self say?
I was Lady Di.
You were Lady Di?
I was Lady Di. Lady Di at 10. That's what my aunties and grandma and them, everybody called me, Lady Di.
Lady Di. Okay, so what would Lady Di say to Goddess Warrior the Poet? Would they be surprised? Would they be happy? Would they be angry? What would your 10-year-old self say to you today?
Man, I think she'd be proud of me.
I think she would too.
I found the way to protect us.
Yeah, we're just gonna let that sit for a minute. Boy, oh boy. You found a way to protect us. That is heavy and hard and important to say out loud. So thank you. for sharing that with us. You did it. You did it. You found a way, and it's clear. I can see it in you. It is so fucking clear. And the moves that you're making, like, I know I seen like mad stalkers when I first started following you, but I saw a thing in you that I recognized because I see it in myself. Because poetry is life. Poetry is the only thing that makes sense. And when I see that in another poet, I just want to big you up in every possible fucking way. And to know that 10-year-old you is so fucking proud of adult you did shit right, bro. So many times the trauma of our past holds us back, but you didn't let it. That is a thing to be proud of. That is a thing that we should all be giving you a hand, because trauma follows, dude. Trauma pulls, trauma hurts, and pushing through that shit. It's what makes us not just strong, but durable. And that's what we need more of. Trauma's going to happen because life happens and the world is not a kind place. But pushing through that shit and seeing that represented, that's what fucking matters.
Facts.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck. Whew, I ain't gonna cry today. I'm lying.
I ain't want to cry either, but man, thinking back to all the people I still had in my life when I was Lady Di, when I was that age. You know, I grew up in a strong household, a strong family. You know, that's another difference between me and a lot of other people. And I ain't saying I ain't shunning them for that, but I'm grateful for my roots because it was rooted in real love, man, real family foundation. You know, my grandparents, my aunties and uncles and my cousins, like I had real family structure as a child, and I'm grateful for that type of example and just the love that I was given. And I lost a lot of them people, man. But I know them that they rooting for me. I know they rooting for me.
They absolutely are. Absolutely are. So some people were talking to you in the comments, and Twizzle said very powerful. Tara said beautiful, and she said yes, preach. Tara also said deep, and she said thank you for sharing your truth and living in your authenticity. And that,
thank you.
That's right there.
Thank you.
And Marie said, love that our day and age has the ability to have y'all meet and hear each other's views and life lessons. This is great.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I can't see the comments, y'all, but I'm grateful and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening and even leaving those comments. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Same. Whew. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. My God. Thank you so very much for coming on Uncorporate Tea.
Do I get to spit before we get out of here? I get to give people something?
I don't want to put you on the spot.
I gotta take the headphones off. Can I take? I gotta take the headphones off.
Yeah, I'll be quiet. Hold
up. All right. So. All right, how I sound? I'm not echoed. Am I? We good? Good. Okay. All right. So I've been this way all my life, and I'm gonna continue to be me regardless. Mama gave me love as a stud and told me, baby, you be a queen regardless. So I could never be heartless. You can try and rain on my parade, but I'm gonna keep marching. See, I was born different from the rest. Umbilical cord around my neck. On my way into this world, already won my battle with death, and my soul steady rising, glowing up like the horizon, connected to a network stronger than Verizon. I be more than a woman. through me a new life be forthcoming. And I'll admit that I was scared, had to conquer some fears. But big girls don't cry, we fight and sweat out the tears. Been this way for years. Homophobes steady bashing, ask if I'm a boy or a girl, then wait on my reaction. Well, it's time for some action, speaking loud and proud. My sexuality was never something I was confused about. We all pretend for the crowds, living our lives in doubt, till you emerge from that closet yelling, I'm coming out. See, I want the world to know that I was never in. Mama's love always made me comfortable in my own skin. Yet the voyage of my life was nothing but hardships. And getting pregnant by a man was one of the hardest. See, a stud being pregnant is often frowned upon. They want to know if you switch teams and whose side you on. Have you been sneak dicking, getting it in on the side? For the ones they have, their pride allows them to keep quiet. But see, before being a lesbian, see, I'm a child of God, then my mother's daughter. That what comes first, straight in that order. Yeah, I made a mistake and slip up with a guy. After all this time, 31 years old, carrying life inside. It was then I came to realize, girl, you more than a woman. You're a true God is. By the power vested in me, I saw firsthand just who God is. And the picture's never been clearer. Staring at myself in the mirror, seeing a reflection of God's perfection, can't tell me nothing less. They say you can't be saved until you open your mouth and profess. Well, in this piece, I confess that this ain't about sex, but in order to see the naked truth, sometimes you gotta undress. So here I am, bare ass, refusing to be embarrassed. Come and see through my looking glass, all of you mad hatters. I'ma still give you the pieces of me, even after it all shatters. I'm Goddess Warrior, the poet, y'all. Peace and love, man. Goddess Warrior, the poet. I got a book online called Poems and Petty Shit. Poems and Petty Shit. That piece is not in the book. That piece is on my album. It is also available online. It's called More Than a Woman, Introduction of a Goddess. You can Google me. I'm on Tidal, Spotify. The book is on Amazon. I definitely appreciate the support.
God damn. Yo, your metaphors, bro. Just thank you. Thank you. Motherfucking thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for having me. Thank you for watching and supporting me, you know, rocking with me, sharing all my work and my videos, T. That's why I said, man, sister to sister, I love you, G. Like, for real, for real. I like the energy that you've given me just from afar and online, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to make sure I still reciprocate that and give it back to you tenfold and let you know, Queen, that you are amazing, you beautiful. What you doing out here is necessary. I jumped on your live the other day. You know, the people that you're interviewing are all of different diversified backgrounds, and it's important that we continue to see that as well. So no matter how many people jump on the live or not, keep doing this shit. Continue to build up your platform. IT, I love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for saying that. I just want to.
God said that. That wasn't even me. That was God. See, that was God speaking to me to speak to you.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Gots to be listening. Gots to be listening. Whew. So, can we get your book and your website one more time?
Sure thing. Website is www.goddesswarriorthepoet.com. You can go to the website and you can purchase the book there as well. You can click on the link. It'll take you straight to Amazon to purchase the book. The book is called Poems and Petty Shit, a collection of studded stanzas. You know what I mean? Is it all right, Kenny? Do we got time to break this cover down real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, of course, I've never really said this live. So, of course, you got the rainbow. But when I was a little girl, I had sandy brown curly hair. All right. And so the uniform, of course, is a girl, you know, with the schoolgirl uniform on, and the tie is representative of the tomboy and the LGBT lifestyle, me dealing with sexuality as a schoolgirl, you know, in my middle school years. So the head cut off and the hair, the curly brown hair is representative of me in my adolescence and me being that 10-year-old girl, G. So again, thank you for that question, man. You know what I mean?
That's tight. I love that. Symbolism is my thing. I can talk about a picture for hours. I love that you broke that down for us. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yes, make sure y'all
It's
pick that up.
and I also cut the head off because today is representative of a lot of girls, a lot of little girls, a lot of young studs still too out here that's still trying to find their way. You know what I'm saying? So, man, please recommend this book, Poems and Petty Shit, a collection of studded stanzas to any young person or even an adult, because there's some grown women out here who still trying to find themselves too. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth?
Damn. God damn.
All
right, child. Make sure you check out Goddess Warrior the Poet's website. Make sure you pick up that book. Thank you, Goddess Warrior Poet, for being with us today. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being vulnerable and open and honest. Thank you for giving yourself open to God in order to be with us here today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
That's what we need, man. I'm here for it all the time. Peace and love, sis.
Peace and love. Everyone loves you in the comments, just so you know.
I love y'all too. We need more love out here, man. More real love, genuine love. No more of the fakeness. No more of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Come with the real, yo. Come with the real. I love my people too. I love my people. Real talk. Everybody that's commenting, I can't see none of y'all comments, but everything that she's telling me, everybody that's watching this, if you see me, I love you. For real, for real. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I can love you because of how much I love me. I can love you because of how much I love me.
Say
People
that shit again.
All the time.
Say it again. I don't think they fucking heard you.
I don't know, for real. No, seriously, because people do that. Like, oh, you love me, you don't even know me. I ain't gotta know you. I know me. I know me. God love you too. You know what I'm saying? God love you too. And that's how we gotta operate. I operate in that spirit of love. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't gotta have a hidden agenda. Everybody ain't gotta have some type of hidden intent. It's just be genuine, just be real. Unfortunately, it's some ill people out here. You know what I'm saying? But me, I ain't switching up. I ain't changing. You know what I'm saying? They gonna love me for my ambition and for my realness. Straight up. I'm loving on my people because we need that shit, yo. We've been through too much. It's time to stand together. It's time to hug each other. It's time to love on one another. We got to get back to that.
Absolutely. I heard it here, man. Thank you, Goddess Warrior the Poet. Everyone loves you in the comments. Thank you guys for being here with us.
I love y'all too. I love y'all too. I love you because I love me. Remember what they say, man. You can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself. Period. Period.
That
so should be all on social media talking about self-care and taking the self-love challenge when you know you're still struggling at home. Stop it. Love yourself for real so you can really get out here and love somebody else the right way. All right. Peace and love, y'all. I'm out.
Peace and love. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Remember, wine tastes great. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys so much. Deuces.